my screen a bit better. So, and also, I've got this whole double chin thing going on. I feel like I should be sitting lower and looking up. Ooh, hope you enjoy the dress today. Ooh, that's a horrible angle. It looks much bigger than it is in real life. Anyway, hello. Um, Today's going to be a super quick one because I am behind on a lot of work, and I would hate for my clients to come on and see me larking about doing Facebook Lives. But I've committed to do this every week and as part of my business growth plan. So, and on that note, it's really important that you do actually set aside time for marketing and promoting your own business and looking at your own business as an important client as well, because it's very easy for us to forget that we need to invest as much time in our own business as in helping our clients so that we can grow and continue to be there for our clients. So I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I know why. It's because I ran downstairs to get my book and I'm dangerously unfit. Okay, so a lot has happened since last week. It's been amazing. Um, the main awesome news, which still hasn't really hit me. I feel like I should be much happier than I am. But we've heard yesterday that my mother in law's a definite leave to remain request has been granted, which is amazing because we've basically been waiting for 2 years. So she's been in limbo for 2 years without actually having a valid passport for any country. So she doesn't understand it because of the Alzheimer's, but it's a big load off for us. It means that hopefully she can get a lot more help, like legally, because we were always really uncertain about how to get the right help for her based on the passport she's on. And the NHS, while they are amazing and wonderful, they're not really clued up on that either. So we would put off asking for help for a lot of things just because we didn't want to get ourselves or them or my mother-in-law into any kind of trouble. We wanted to do everything by the book so that she could be helped in the right way. So anyway, that's amazing, exciting news for us. It also means that we don't have to pay like ridiculous money every 3 years to keep getting her visa renewed. So that's also really good for us. Right. So based on, not based on, following on. That's the right word. Sorry, the dog's here. Following on from last week and ideal clients. Say hello. Hi. She likes my stanky brass. Hello. See? I'm not judging. All right, so last week we chatted about finding your ideal client, and so today I've kind of tried thinking about this from the point of view of not coming across like a creepy stalker. And I know that there's some real power for your business by researching as much as you can about your client, or your potential client, or somebody who's made a real soft inquiry. Finding out as much as you can about them beforehand is really valuable, and it's not from a strong salesy point of view or stalking them or even giving you the competitive edge. It's about finding excuse me, it's about finding ways to build rapport with them, finding similar interests and likes, and also it's very useful for gauging if you feel that they can afford your services as well. And this is from an unconfident business owner point of view. I know that especially when I have to make first contact, I don't like cold calling or push selling or anything like that. I want people to work with me because they want to work with me and not because I've peer pressured them into it, because we all know that that's not where long-term relationships start off from. You can't start it off from a place of forcing and distrust and any kind of uncomfort to your client. So what I tend to do, and this can be in a lot of occasions, it can be before networking meeting. If you're given a list of attendees, you can do a soft search. So basically just have a look at their name, see if they are on LinkedIn and Facebook. Oh, side note, behind me is super messy as a reflection of my mind at the moment because I've got so much work on. It's actually incredible, but just try and ignore the mess. Um, so yeah, so before networking meeting, do a soft search, have a look at the kind of things that is mentioned about them on Facebook and any other kind of social media that you're on, just to get a feel and a flavor for who they are. You can most likely get like a taste of, are they quite serious, are they laid back and casual, and it just helps you to get the confidence to know how to speak to them and make the first move. um, so the kind of research that I'm talking about today is a deep dive. So for example, at the moment, I'm trying to find a bunch of salon owners for my client I've mentioned a few times, so I won't keep dragging his name through the mud. But I'm trying to find a series of clients, and so what I did for this particular search is I searched for, because I knew the industry of an ideal client, I searched for the industry, and because I knew the location, I searched for location. So hair salons in Salisbury is what I searched for. I tried to avoid the ones that were Google advertised, because my way of thinking is that perhaps they are too big a company for me to reach out to as a small business owner. And what that means is it's not that I don't think that I can do splendid work for them. Oh, splendid. That's very British. It's more that they're probably less approachable than somebody who's not paid for advertising. I don't know if I'm kind of expressing my feelings about this. It's, as a small business owner, you want to work with people that are on your level playing field or even slightly above. You want to know that they can afford to pay you, but also that they're approachable enough that you can have honest conversations with them. So people that have paid for advertising to be the top ranking, I mean, in all honesty, I don't actually know how expensive or cheap that is, but I tend to kind of go down a little bit more because I know that I can give the most help to people that really need it. Oh, I forgot to say hello. So hello, anyone who's watching and anyone who's watching on the repeat. It's Caroline again from Mystery Hair. And today we are talking about how to do a deep dive research into your potential clients. So just to recap, so I've searched for hair salons in Salisbury. I've gone down to the first few in the group that aren't paid adverts. Normally I have a look, the ones that are just under the map, because they're quite high ranked just from doing their own work, I believe. So I found one particular salon. What I was doing is I was doing a research as an example to my client, so that they could then continue the research on their own. So for them, I researched the Facebook page. I had a look who the actual owner of the business was, which is normally pretty easy to find, because there will be, especially if it's a new business, there'll be opening articles in newspapers that mention the owner. They'll normally, on their business website, there'll be an about page, and that they tend to then list the higher ranking owner, business owner. So I've got a name. Then what I do is I go and individually search. Well, I search for the individual. So instead of having a look at the business page, which is obviously going to be edited and filtered to a business audience, I then look at the business owner's personal page. No, stop it, get off. Dog's begging for love. So I deny her. So when I find her name, I have a look on her Facebook page, and I see, does she have a family? Maybe there's loads of holiday pictures, so she travels quite a lot, which tends to mean that she's got disposable income. So this gives me confidence to know that, I can go in without feeling shy that the figure I put in front of her is going to be like, that's expensive, because I can kind of just get a feel like, she's investing in her business. Also, the photos from her interior. So this particular person did a lot of work. They bought a salon that was, what's the term when it's like a history and you have to protect the building? Grade two listed, something like that. So she had one of these type of buildings where she would have to, any interior work would have to be done in sensitivity to the period of the property. And I noticed as well that her fixtures and fittings and the chairs that she purchased weren't mass-produced standard chairs that you find in a lot of the salons, but they were a little bit more bespoke, potentially meaning that they're a little bit more expensive. And all of this is just giving me a picture that actually they'll most likely be able to afford my services. And then also from a graphic design point of view, I have a look and I see, oh, okay, if there's improvements that can be made on the design side of things, then I know that I can, oops, excuse me, something's flashing on my computer. Then I know that I will actually be able to benefit her business. So this is all confidence building. It's getting to know the person before you speak to them. It's a little bit old-fashioned, I guess, because it's basically almost like you're getting a competitive edge by getting to know them before you speak to them. So, and for me, because I like to work on a level of familiarity, it really helps me to just settle the nerves and just speak to them like I already know them, because basically I kind of do. Other things that you can find out are on, let me just check my notes, I think it's called Companies House. So there are websites out there. If you're registered or limited company, then you have to register your detail on Companies House, which is like almost like an HMRC but not type of thing. It's like, anyway, just look up Companies House, and in there you'll see when they were opened, potentially, excuse me, I burped, when they became limited or whatever the thing is, how many years they've been going for. You can even see the figures that they submitted under all their tax returns. So again, this is all not ammunition, but it's all just to help you to realize, like, okay, they're not doing very well, so perhaps they would be less inclined to go for a full package service of things that I potentially would offer them. They might just want to drip feed the services in slowly. So this is all just helping towards making a picture in order to help them. Other ways to find out stuff about them, a really good one actually is to make a note, if you can find it on Companies House or on the Facebook individual page, take a note of their birthday, because once you start a relationship, those are the things that are easily forgotten by friends and family. And if you take the time and make an effort to actually send a birthday card or something, then it really goes a long way to building a relationship, because it's a thoughtful, considerate act, and it gives that lovely, warm, kind of close community feeling type of thing. Right, let me check if there's anything else that I've missed. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so do the work. If you want to, you can create like a client info sheet where you can take note of stuff that you might forget, because if you can imagine, if you're doing this for all of your clients, all your potential clients, you can't remember all your clients' children's names, but if they mention it along the way, just make a note of it, because all you're doing is you're gathering information that will just help you to create a bond. I mean, it's harder to remember these things when you're not seeing each other every single day like you would a friend in school. So these things might seem cold and calculated, but actually what they are is you just making sure that you remember the things that are important to your clients. And when your clients become your friends, which I hope mine are and do, you want them to feel special, because they are. I mean, my clients are really special to me because I'm lucky enough to work with people that I genuinely like, that genuinely want to help succeed. And I know that I'm really shit at remembering names. So if I struggle, then I've got it written down somewhere. I mean, I say it like I do it, but I haven't done it in ages. But it's a good way of data capturing. But also be careful with the information that you capture. If it's not readily available online in a free open space, and in any case, any information that you have about people you learned, it's all about trust. Keep them to yourselves. You don't need to share with a bunch of other people who could potentially benefit from the same relationship. So just GDPR wise, just be careful where you store it. Just be kind and considerate about the information that you gather. And